Businesses struggling with disruption caused by the building of Auckland City Rail Link say they have heard nothing from the Transport Minister months after a hardship fund was first mooted. But the Minister says the proposition is being considered and City Rail Link might even take over the leases of shops during construction. Jordan Bond reports.
Albert Street business owners held bouquets of flowers this morning, addressed to the politicians who could help them save their dying businesses. One said it felt like a funeral, with flowers standing at the graves of what were once their thriving livelihoods. They say the construction of the $4 billion rail project has suffocated them, and customers don't bother fighting through the fences and closed footpaths anymore. A director of Albert Street firm K3 Legal, Jeff Walters, is acting pro bono for the group of businesses.
While we all will appreciate the utility of the infrastructure once it's built, I think it's not fair that these small business owners have to shoulder that cost and are expected to bear what is a disproportionate cost to everyone else. And if you can't pay your staff, if you can't pay the IRD because of sustained interruption, then someone needs to look out for that.
Mr Walters says the disruption has been sustained and almost door to door, and the government must realise that long-term construction causes losses for businesses. He says under the Public Works Act, usually it's only land purchases that are paid out, not disruption. Mr Walters says he thinks the government is worried that paying any money out would create a precedent and fears others could make claims for disruption too.
But I just don't think that bears out when you look at the actual reality of the circumstances. The street looks like a war zone, and if you're going to do that, then you're going to cause people to incur loss, and you should compensate them for them.
Transport Minister Phil Twyford says a hardship fund proposal is being considered as part of a wider policy on how they can help businesses affected by infrastructure projects. He says City Rail Link Limited is considering taking over leases for the period of construction, but no decisions have been made. Representing the affected businesses is Sonny Corshall from the Shakespeare Tavern, which is still open. He says 2 months on they've heard nothing, and it sounds like any decision is still some months away.
He is not understanding the urgency of the matter, whereas these businesses, they are in grave situation, they are dying, and they are not able to run their businesses day after day. It's a very hard situation. We cannot pay our rents. We are not able to pay the staff wages. We are not able to pay the invoices or the GST. It's so hard.
Some businesses have closed already, unable to convince the bank to lend them any more money. Others have cut their losses and run, ground down by the daily fight. Mr Corshall says in the last couple of months there have been more businesses who are on the verge of folding. So whatever decision's made, it might be too late. Mō te hōtaka o te ahi nei, ko Jordan Bond, tēnei.